It's Me Wig is filmed before a live studio audience.
Search. What? Oh. 26 minutes. Hey guys.
Southeast on Telegraph Road.
All right. I have to make a trek today to get some materials for work. I'm going to take y'all with me. I'm drinking a venti skinny mocha with half a mocha. And you know what? I don't miss the other half. I'm okay with that. It's Friday. My hair is... We're just not going to talk about it. I'm out of contacts. And I don't have any clients today, so this is the look, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so comfortable. It's gonna be hot this weekend. It's gonna be like 90. Is this south? Am I going south? Could you say something? Buddy is at the dentist. He's having a tooth pulled. He is currently under anesthesia. It's been 3 hours and 15 minutes since I dropped him off, but who's counting? I'm sure it's fine. I'm just eagerly anticipating the phone call that everything went well. And then I can give them $550. I was having a good time with the vlogging. And then I just didn't have it in me for a long time. That's what this channel is going to be, guys. If you can deal with the fact that I am unpredictable, I'm inconsistent, and I often look like this, then do subscribe. If that's unmanageable for you, I can't help you. I haven't washed my car in 2 weeks. I'm gonna pull up there probably today and just give them the keys and be like, good luck, like Godspeed. There is, first of all, stray cats are living in the parking area of my apartment. I don't know if I uploaded the one where I initially told the story, but it's a problem. She's allegedly, so my neighbor was feeding this fucking cat, and you know how I feel about cats. I've got one getting Invisalign right now. You know how I feel about cats, but it's like, don't feed stray cats, then they're living on our cars. Like my car is basically a DoubleTree cat hotel at this point. It's the black cover, convertible top, is cloth. It's covered in cat hair. Not even my cat. And my neighbor's trunk has been scratched. Like, it's just, get these fucking cats out of here. So she's supposed to be getting spayed this weekend and then hopefully rehomed. Because I can't take it anymore. Like, how do you not know that that's okay? And now, like, a couple of us have come to them with grievances. So one neighbor was feeding the cat, and then another one adopted the baby kitty. So there were two cats. The initial cat, and then apparently she's like the town pump and her little baby. So this other neighbor grabbed the baby, named him some cute name, and like the baby's doing well, and then they were like trying to coerce the mother, like, hey, everything's great in here. But she just like wouldn't come. She's a fucking feral cat. Of course she's not going to be like, oh, what's in here? You know what I mean? Like, she doesn't want to be, she can't be tamed. She's like Miley Cyrus. And so they finally, I guess, get her into the house, and she's like, who's this? And they're like, well, that's your kid. And she's like, I don't like, remember that. I don't remember that. I don't know about this. And she did not want to be there. So they're just like, okay, back to the parking lot you go. And we're like, what? It has been it's been months, like 4 solid months of this. And I'm just like at the end of my rope. I've offered so many times, like, guys, I can make phone calls. I can find a company or an organization that will lend us a trap so we can, you know, get her humanely, bring her to be spayed, and then bring her to a no-kill shelter. Like, there are places where you can just bring them. No, thank you, we're good. Are you? Because it's almost Christmas, and this cat basically, why do I have to be the bad guy? Why does nobody else complain? Why does nobody else have any problem with this? I know that they do, but just like people don't want to speak up. So it's like, again, as in life, in so many other situations, I have to be the one to complain. problem with that is then when the landlords say anything, which by the way, they haven't, but I know they know about it. When the landlords say anything to them, like, oh, you know, you can't be doing that, you can't be feeding stray cats, they have a very strong argument, which is, well, you know what, Nicole's the only one with a problem with it, and then I'm outnumbered, seemingly outnumbered, even though everyone hates it, but I'm the one with the sack in the building. No one in the 9 other units have balls, and I'm the one who speaks up, and then I'm the asshole. Whatever, I have rights, I know my rights. I picked up my dry cleaning. I love my dry cleaner. I actually have sent friends there. This is really sweet lady. Oh, what is her name? I don't know, but she's really nice, and she remembered my name like on my second visit, and I was like, this is the place. And the pricing is really competitive, especially for like LA, especially for the area where I live, where people just love to price gouge. And so I really don't have any complaints, except I picked up a whole bunch of stuff a couple weeks ago. And you know, you get home, you put it in the plastic in the closet, and you're like, I'll deal with that later. You know what I mean? Like, I eventually transfer it to like
a mile, turn left.
A huggable hanger, but for now it looks like it goes in the plastic, and I don't really look at it. I went to where one of the blouses, there were 2 things packaged together, like 3 groups of 2, and in this one particular group of 2, it was a blouse and then like a long white, like kind of tunic thing. And I pulled the blouse out, and I'm like, everything's pressed, it's wrinkle free, but I'm like, this looks a little iffy. Like, I'm not positive this is clean. And so what do? I put my nose right in the armpit, and I'm like, nope, this smells like a bitch who's been running around all day. And then I check the other one, and there's like, sure enough, on the, is this my left? Ew, this freeway. On the placket, that's where the buttons are. But it's a hidden placket, so like there's the buttons and the flap over it. There was a coffee stain, but not like a, hey, we tried to get this out and we can't because you're such a disaster. It was just like a fresh, could have been tied, sticked out.
Then merge onto I-5 south towards Santa Ana.
I literally cannot wait. Fresh stain, and I'm like, then I go into the pit, and I'm like, God, I'm like, this smells like I did 20 burpees. Like, this does not smell fresh as a daisy. And I don't know a lot about dry cleaning, but I'm pretty sure they're at least supposed to smell fresh. And so then I had to go in there and be like,
merge onto I-5 south towards Santa Ana.
This does not affect our relationship. I shall return. We will rebuild. Oh shit. Sorry, I'm new. Sorry. And be like, these weren't cleaned. Which I'm sure is not what they want to hear. They have one job, clean the blouses. And I had to be like, these. How do I know? I went nose deep in that armpit. But you know what I said when I went in there? I was like, they still smell like my perfume. Like, I'm such a delicate, beautiful, like, fucking Victorian
1.6 miles,
Jane Austen flower that, like, the worst I do to a blouse after wearing it all day is it smells a little bit like my perfume. What a fucking phony. But anyway, they were sweet about it, and they just, like, wrote up a slip and wrote, like, do-over, and, like, pushed it through. I hate those awkward situations. It's like, if you have a miserable experience and you don't like the people, I'm happy to follow through and be like, this sucked and here's why. But when it's a relationship that you want to keep alive, like my relationship with my dry cleaner, you know, you don't want to have to be like, this was unsatisfactory, but I still love you. Oh my God, when's the last time you heard actual church bells? Aww. Come on, Jesus. I got some stuff today. I ordered some stuff online. Like, that's a fucking special occasion. But, a bunch of it came today. Maybe I should do like I'm going to get home, I'll do like a haul video or something. I've done like one of those. Maybe a couple of them, but it was a long time ago. I'm practically all new parts now. There's a Movieland Wax Museum down here. Who is this? Nicole speaking.
Hi, it's Dr. Saganik calling.
Hi, Doctor.
Buddy, Dr. Animal Clinic.
How are you?
I'm good. We're working on Buddy right now, and it actually looks like there's 2 premolars that are bad that should come out.
Okay.
You
It's like what?
About $1,000. Yeah, it's $1,043.75.
course, I don't want my little guy to be in pain, but I mean, even the initial $550 was a tough nut to crack this month. I don't know if you guys offer like any kind of like payment plan or anything like that, but like that's a big jump.
Yeah, I know, but it's because of the well, there's something called Care Credit that you can medical credit card with no interest.
Okay, I mean, I'm happy to apply. Guys, it's been an emotional 7 minutes, and I had to pull over and put a lip on just to fucking deal with it. That was Buddy's vet calling while my cat is under anesthesia to say it was, what's up with this? Well, that's interesting. To say that it looked like Buddy in fact needed 2 extractions as opposed to 1, and that we were looking at a cool G for the total. So this is Buddy's regular vet. Buddy and I have an understanding where I'm not going to traumatize him with too many trips to the vet.
Turn right onto Crescent Avenue.
He does, I know, I hate me too. He doesn't travel well. He gets very anxious in the car. I know he's not necessarily special in that regard. Cats don't like the car, but this is my child.
In a
I
quarter
don't want to
mile,
stress him out.
turn right onto Beach Boulevard.
And so the thing has kind of been like, let's keep you up to date on your vaccines and keep an eye on you. So I took him in for his, what they call a senior profile, where, did I take a right here? Where they do all his blood work and they do his urine and they like check, make sure he's a healthy cat. And I had been really concerned because Buddy had developed a sensitive stomach and he was doing like a decent amount of vomiting. I had found
Turn
some
right onto Beach Boulevard.
holistic like food additive drops that really helped him. Basically turned it around, but I still was like, had the vet take a look at him because Buddy's 13. Like,
In 2 miles, turn left onto Cerritos
that's
Avenue.
considered old for a lot of breeds. So anyway, I brought him in. He had the pee-pee test, the urine test. I had to wait 24 hours for the results. Of course, I was nervous. They were going to be like, your cat has kidney disease. We should put him down. But everything came back good, except the doctor was like, oh, this tooth looks like it should come out. And so I said, okay, I'm hearing you. What's the timeline on that? Like, what's the urgency? He's like, well, it's like elective. He said the word elective. I know he did. Look at this big ass Goodwill. I know he said the word elective. Which to me, I'm like, yeah, so's my Botox. Like, okay, elective. That means to me it can wait. I was like, all right, so we'll keep an eye on it and I'll bring him in like when I have the money. Because he was like, you're looking at about $500, $800. I'm like, okay, all right. There goes my Botox. So in the meantime, I had another vet look at him because when I came back from my trip back east, he had like developed this sneezing habit. And I was like, what the hell is this? So I brought him to another vet that could get him in right away, and they were like, you know, they gave him antibiotics, whatever, but they were like, oh, this tooth, she was like, this tooth looks really painful. And I'm like, it does? I was like, really painful? It's not the same as elective. So anyway, she was like, you should bring him back to the original vet because they have his blood work, blah, blah, blah. So that's what I did. I called ahead and I'm like, can I get an estimate? I understand I cannot hold you to this, but just like a round figure so I know so I can prepare, because doctor said this tooth needs to come out. They send me an estimate and it's like code numbers and like fancy medical things. And I'm like, you know, it's itemized, whatever. $550. In my mind, in no way did that not include actually pulling the fucking tooth out. I'm like, it's got to be in here. That was Buddy's doctor calling to say, no, it wasn't. And actually, it's probably 2 teeth. And I'm like, great. I will be wrinkled for the rest of my fucking life. So of course I'm like freaking out because it's like I had prepared myself for a certain amount of money and now it's double. And the doctor's like, I think he thought I was giving him a hard time. And I'm like, no, like take good care of my baby. But like, also I'm just trying to work through some things and you happen to be on the phone. You know what I mean? I I apply for the credit card. I'm approved. Of course, that's good news. I call them to give them the approval number. And then they're like, thanks for holding. He actually just needed a cleaning. I'm like, no one cares about my mental health. Nobody cares that I have a fucking nervous breakdown.
Turn left on Cerritos Avenue.
And I did not turn left onto Cerritos Avenue. I just blew through it. Like, do you understand like what you're doing to people? The vet's like, and you know, he's an old cat. And I'm like, whoa, whoa. Like, we don't need to be insulting, okay? First of all, he's young at heart. You're an old cat. He's an old cat. He's a good boy. So anyway, I guess Buddy just, you know, needed to fucking swish some Listerine around. I don't know. They were like, make sure you get him in for a cleaning every year. And I'm like, okay. That's really stressful. Like, you call, like, my cat's like, you know what I mean? Like, you see, if you ever watch, like, those shows where they save animals' lives, like, they don't look cute when they're under. It's not like, okay, Mr. Hofstetter, you're going to go to sleep for a while. We're going to put a sheet over your face, and then we're going to wake you up, fresh as a daisy. Cats and dogs, when they're under anesthesia, look insane. They don't look like they're happy. They look in pain. The teeth are out. The one eye's open, one's closed, fucking tube down their throat. He's just lying there. He's just like lying there at a table, and you're like out eating a muffin, calling my ass to tell me it's gonna be double. Like, go fix my cat.